Hello, everybody, and welcome to Rolando's American Dream. My name is Rolando Alfaro, and thank you for joining me again. Day 6, and today, like yesterday stated, we're going to talk about books and reading. Yesterday, we covered conferences, seminars, workshops, and how that can be a great help to you, to give you that spark, that extra boost, that kick in the butt, if you will, to get you going, to get you energized, to give you new ideas, and to go and get it. The day before, we talked about coaching and how having a coach, a mentor, is very important and helpful in your career as well. Today, we're going to talk about reading. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the reason why you do all this, the reason why you get up in the morning, the reason why you go to work, your why, your drive. That what beats in your heart. What every time your heart pumps, you feel that going through you. That'll be tomorrow. So don't miss tomorrow. It's going to be great. But anyways, getting back to books and reading. I was reading some very interesting statistics today about reading. One of them was that they pulled 1,200 CEOs and captains of industry, and they asked them how much they read. And on the average, they read about 90 minutes a day. That's an hour and a half of reading. I mean, these guys, they have tons of money, but yet they still devote time to read. Another statistic that I read, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's on the internet, it must be true, was that Mark Cuban dedicates 3 hours a day to reading. 3 hours. Wow. I mean, this guy's the owner of the Mavericks. He has oodles of money, but yet he spends 3 hours of his day with his nose in a book. That tells you how important that is. Bill Gates, he reads 50 books a year. 50 books a year. How amazing is that? I wish I could do that. But you're like, some of us, we have to drive a lot for what we do. So you say to yourself, Rolando, how am I going to read? I'm driving, 4 or 5 hours a day. How can I read? How can I overcome this? Audiobooks. That's what I do. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, on whatever it is. And please make sure that what you're reading is also worth the while. That we're not just sitting reading novels, about vampires or, aliens coming to Earth, or about fantasy elves or whatever, but that we're reading to learn, to grow, to expand our horizons in that way. If you're a salesman, you should be reading about sales techniques, how to be a better closer, how to be able to talk to your customers better, how to make calls better. If you're in the trucking industry, you should be reading how you can be more efficient with your time. Just do things that relate to you. I'm not going to go out and get a book about particle physics. One, what's that going to do for me? Two, I don't have the basic knowledge to learn that. But with enough time, I could. Doesn't mean I won't. So read to help you now. And as you keep reading, you keep building and progressing and growing and growing and growing. A person one time asked Elon Musk, the father of Tesla automobiles, and the great thinker and innovator of our time, how he learned to build a rocket ship. And he simply looked at him and said, I read a book. So that tells us all we need to know. So once again, I invite you to read as much as you can. If you can't read and you're driving, then audiobooks. And then another one's like, Rolando, I don't have the money to spend that much on stuff. That's okay. Do what I did. I go to the library. I get books there. They're free. They rent them out 3 weeks at a time. And you can read to your heart's content. You can, in my library, I think you can take out 10 at a time. I don't know how many you could in your library, but 10's a lot of books to read in 3 weeks. So do those things, These are the things that are going to help us get to our dreams. That's part of my American dream. How getting all this knowledge is going to help me move ahead. You don't need to go to college to learn more or to get better. Look at Bill Gates. He didn't even finish college, but yet he's one of the smartest human beings on the planet. He's built one of the biggest software companies in the world. Yeah, he's retired now, but the man's the richest man in the world for a reason. And if somebody like that spends the time to read 50 books a year, how much more benefit are we going to get from that? If we just emulate. So I invite you, read. Also, in the comments, please post books that you've read that you like. I'm interested. I want to know. I'm always out on the lookout for a great read to help me be better and do better. So, sign up, list a book that you love, and we'll talk about it. And tomorrow, don't forget, we're going to talk about your why, which is the reason why we do what we do day in and day out, regardless of what happens. Once again, thank you for joining me. Join me again tomorrow for the why, which is the culmination of this whole week. And thank you. I really appreciate you guys. Take care, and until then, this is Rolando's American Dream. This is Rolando signing off. Take care.